Hey everyone, I'm hoping this is just going to be a very quick video, more embellishments for the autumn journal and scraps. So this is a piece of card that I actually did the template for one of the inserts, I think it was. So this would have been so much quicker I think with the cutter, but I thought, do you know what? Let's do it all from scratch. I've got a piece of tea-dyed paper which I've put into, oh blimey, that's square, which I've put into, I've decided to use them all up in the journal that I'm making at the moment. And but they look a bit, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of writing on tea-dyed paper, so I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to use them as embellishments. So I've actually cut this page down. This measures 5 across, and then it's 8 1/4 coming down. And I want an embellishment to go on it. So I'm thinking, I quite like those score lines on the bottom. Right, I'm thinking 3 squares, so how wide do I want that bottom one? About there. And maybe so I do actually have a plan, honest. 1, 2. Those are all going to be too wide. Let's make that one the same width. This is just an idea I've you know when you have one of those ideas and you think, oh yeah, except I want one that's wider than that. Uh-oh. Let's at least pretend that we're going to try and make it the same width. So I want that one a little bit smaller, but not. I want them to go up in size. I'm not making much sense, and I do apologise. I want it like a kind of hanging thing coming down the page. Right, let's get rid of all that. I am going to stick these on paper because I want that as my backdrop. No, wrong medium. Okay, so I've just got some matte gel. Running a little low. Okay. I think it's the same on both sides, yep. It will make sense, honest. And last one. Let's try and get those. Yep, that's still the title on that side. Okay. Yeah, when you start off with an idea and you think, ooh, that'd be quite good. Unfortunately, this is one of those, and it may or may not work. Yep, that works. Okay. So, yep. I am determined to use up a load of the scraps that I have. That's one goes down there. So I have 3 different sized panic. That lot then goes in my I've actually started a compost bin, and so I keep all my paper to go in the compost bin now. Let's put that up there. So the idea being is that I am going to have 3 things to come down the middle. I am going to use string to loop them together, or to give the feeling that they're looking together. Now, same as before, I've still got some of the gesso on here, so I'm just going to go over some of the writing because I want to stamp it, I think. When I look at that, it's like, oh, that doesn't look any different, but actually, when you look at the bigger picture, it really does look different. All I'm doing is I'm just dipping my brush in a rather dirty jar of water at the moment, just to lighten it up. So if I put a thin layer on first, I can then go back over and put some on if I think it looks a bit too, like that bit on the edge there is very quite dark. Oops. So that's one. Same for that one, that looks a little dark on that edge. And if I can keep them so it looks lighter on the one side than on the other all the way up, I will be a happy girl. Oh, I'm running out of gesso. So there we go. I've actually used up gesso that I had left over from earlier. Right. And then I've used up card. I was going to use some of this on it, but I don't think I need to actually. Right, I'm just going to give these a quick blast with a hot air gun. Okay, I have 3 bits of card to make up I suppose I could hang in mobile. These are stamps. They came off Amazon. I genuinely am not sure what make they are. So my idea is to get 2 or 3 stamps and try. That's quite a big one. Blimey. Oh my life. Okay. That one did not want to come off. So I'm going to stamp them up with the distress inks. So I think for this one I might go green actually. So what's this one called? Peeled paint. So it gives a kind of watercolour effect. I know people have been sort of saying, and also because I've never used this stamp before, it's a bit dodgy. Right, we'll try and keep these together. So I want it to go over those two. I know I've seen people commenting about the distress oxides coming out a bit, well, like that, almost watercolours. I have to say, I quite like that. That's one of the features that appeals to me. Let's try and get all of this one on. Ish. And let's put it on top. And maybe a bit of paper to go underneath of it. We could have one coming down there. Oh, quite like that. Okay. Let's get rid of that one. So, smaller leaf. This one is fossilised amber, the very sort of yellowy orange one. One like that. And let's put one up there. These bits of paper that I've got underneath that I'm just using to save me having to clean my desk off properly, come in really useful because you can use them for all manner of things after. Which one are we going to go for? Choices. Let's go for an oak leaf. I think we will have the green one again. So if I get all those together. So if we put one there and one there. And then go for a really tiny one. I think I quite like the yellow more than I like the orange. On there. One on there. Okay, let's be a devil and do one in orange. Yeah, that works quite well. Maybe. Actually, I don't think that needs any more. Yep, that works for me. Right. Let's get rid of all these. Next step. Because it's got gesso on it, the ink is going to take quite a while to dry. That's one. And last one. Okay. Hole poker. Right, I have a little mat. So if I can... The one thing I've never been that good at is actually lining things up and getting them level. I think that's why I love junk journals. So they're all on the same, so I'm going to go for one there and about one in there, I think. So 7, just over the 12, just over the 17. I will go actually and make these holes bigger once. Okay, we have our hole punch. I think I'm going to try and do it with a little hole, the little thingy. That might be easier. Right, I'm going to do this. I will fast forward because you don't need to see me punching out holes. Done. Right, we have I have some bits of string or twine or let's start from this one. So, and that's the way it will go. I will just tie them together. You could use some split rings, or I'm only going to tie them loosely until I can get them as I want them to be so far apart, I think. Split rings or paper clips. Actually, paper clips might be a good one. I've gone the wrong way through that one. I hadn't thought of paper clips. Ah, come on. So I'm going to leave them loose for the moment until I actually get them onto the page. Right, I'll speed this up and I'll see you in the mo. Okay, so while I was changing batteries, I thought, oh, I'll just get my split rings out and have a look. I tried paper clips, it didn't work. Now my split rings aren't quite big enough to go in that gap, so I've bent them, as you do. Have pliers will bend bend things to shape. So if I just straighten it out a bit, I actually think that looks a lot nicer. Fiddly, and that wasn't what I was going for. I was going for nice, quick and easy, but and then if I lie it flat at the back, that one's come out, okay. The struggle is real. I just want to squeeze those together a little bit. Right, so that one has popped out. That's got it back in. I think that actually looks better than the string, which I am going to use, I think, for the top to make it look like it's hanging. So I'm very quickly, so change of plan, as usual. Just going to do these. Although I think I've got the wrong pliers. These are huge. That's one. And then if I just do this last one, so I literally just squishing it. And then opening it back up. I'm trying not to wave the pliers around too much in front of the camera. So that one. Flip it over and then just join or squash these two back together. See that? Excuse me. That's gone together a bit too good. That's better. It just needs to be squashed a bit more. Because I'm thinking if this has got to go on my page, I don't really want it two-dimensional. Okay, so what I thought was going to be a very quick and a very simple has morphed into something slightly technical, and I do apologise. Yeah, that's better. I quite like that. A dangly. Right, let's see if I can thread this through. I might actually just leave it as a dangly on the page. Don't know. Do you know what? I think I'm going to leave that as it is. And just put it on, decorate the page. I have some other stamps. Let's get rid of these ones. This is a Andy Skinner Creative Expressions stamp, Distress Wallpaper, that one. Ooh, choices of colour. And maybe just a bit of the amber underneath. Just blend that together. Let's put this piece back underneath so I don't cover everything. So if that's going to go on there, I'm not even sure which way up this stamp goes. Maybe some up the top. And then carry it on down the bottom perhaps. Let's be a devil and flip the stamp over. And then my dangly. I love it. Because these will dry a lot less bright than they are at the moment. I am really liking that. Brilliant. Right. Sorry it took us so long to actually get there. But we did. We got there. Right. You take care now. I'll speak to you all later. Bye.